Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. We're going to begin our class laying down, but also have a chair handy. I'm definitely going to use one today. I'm day 2 after pulling a muscle in my back, so I need a little bit of extra help. So beginning laying down. And especially if you're carrying any kind of injury, this is such a beautiful posture to really pay attention to how you're feeling. So feet are on the floor, hip width and parallel, and legs are bent and parallel. And your spine gets to find its curves assisted by the flat of the floor. Some people may need a head support. And then letting yourself relax into this. Where the alignment of the spine is assisted by your support. And the bent legs mean that the muscles are neutral, so they're not pulling tight either at the front of your legs or the back of your legs. Find the flow of your breath. Acknowledging that it's always present, whether you bring your attention to it or not. And as you exhale, pressing your lower back to the floor. And inhaling and lifting your lower back. I'm going to keep going with that movement. And the movement can be as small or as large as feels good. Beautiful. Press your lower back. Bring your, feet off the floor. Hold onto your knees. And we're going to draw little circles with the knees. Keeping your neck and shoulders really relaxed. And then the other direction, the massaging around the sacrum. Lift your feet a little higher so your lower legs parallel to the floor. And just experiment with your core body. You can push your feet out a little. And we want to press the lower back into the floor. So I'm a little tender there, so I'm just going to make it really small movements. And you might be able to stretch your legs out to almost straight. Good. And then little circles with your knees again, just hold your knees. So you're just in that zone of massaging around your sacrum, other direction. Great. And then we're going to roll over to the right side and come into forward virasana. So kneeling towards the back of your mat, big toes touching. I'm going to take my knees a little wider than I normally would, just to get the extra stretch for the hips. And you can do that too if that feels good. And then stretch your arms out as far forward as they'll go. This is a beautiful stretch for that area around the sacrum, lower back. Good. And then coming up onto all fours, and we'll arch the spine up and down. Exploring the front and back movement of the spine. Feel the quality of the movement of your joint. Maybe there's some stiffness or even some gravelly feeling. And imagine that that could be smoother. Lovely. And then back to forward virasana. Arms forward. Okay, walk your hands back and we're going to tuck the toes under. Now, you can either sit on your heels or you can put your hands forward on the floor to take a little bit of the weight. So if you find this very, very strong in your feet, put your hands on the floor. Otherwise, getting your sit bones onto your heel and giving your feet a nice little stretch. Good. And then you can even see how you go lifting your knees off the floor. I need to use my hands today. And we're going to come up to standing. Great. Now this is where I'm going to use the chair, and you don't have to do that. You can put your hands on the floor instead. If you're using a chair, make sure all four legs are on your rubber mat so it doesn't go shooting off in one direction when you put some weight on it. Okay. We're going to go nice and slow and pay attention to your parallel legs and feet. So we're going to start off with parallel legs and feet, facing that short end of your mat in your Tadasana. We'll take the arms up with spacious shoulders, Urdhva Hastasana. And then Uttanasana with your hands on the floor or your legs or the chair, so that you start to stretch the back of the leg. But let's not overstretch the back. So we don't want the back making a hunchback shape, but rather a back bend shape. And taking a few breaths here as you start to warm up the legs. And it's often helpful to just do one at a time. If you're using the chair, it's nice to aim for resting your forehead on the seat. Yesterday I was using a blanket over the back of the chair because I couldn't reach the seat. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to step back into a lunge position. So you can put your hands on the floor or the chair. Take the left foot back. Bring the right foot further forward. So we're in quite a long lunge. We're going to bend the front knee and we're going to press the back heel. We want to get a stretch in the front of the left leg, front of the left hip. Lift the belly, lift the breastbone. Nice. Step your right foot back so you're in downward facing dog pose. This is where you definitely need all four legs of the chair on your mat. We're going to step the left foot forward, that nice long lunge. And we'll stretch the front of the right leg. So press the right heel back. Lift the belly, lift the breastbone. Enjoying each deep breath. And then back to your Uttanasana. Step the right foot forward. And find where it feels good to rest your forehead. Maybe the back of the chair. Maybe the seat of the chair. And you can do one leg at a time again, or maybe you can stretch both of your legs without compromising your back. So you don't want the stretch of the legs to feel like it's pulling in your back. Letting the skin over your sacrum be relaxed. The skin of your lower back relaxed. And breathing above all, within all, paying attention to the breath. Good, and then we'll bend the knees and inhale and coming up and arms up, Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. So again, nice and slow on the right side, Urdhva Hastasana and Uttanasana. Make it just what you need, but really focus on keeping skin of the back relaxed. And giving your legs a stretch. Lifting your kneecaps if your legs are straight and still. Good. We're going to step the right foot back. So place your hands to do that. Nice big lunge, bend your front knee. Really stretch through your back leg. And we want to feel that stretch in the front of your right hip. Lift the belly, lift the breastbone. Looking up. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure your chair's not going anywhere. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog pose. Beautiful. And then, where are we up to? Right foot forward. Stretching the front of the left leg. Good. And then Uttanasana. And taking your forward bend so that it just feels really good for your back, for stretching your legs, for relaxing your neck. Finding your breath. Beautiful. Bend your knees and come up. Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Lovely. Now we're going to do that with each movement will correlate to a breath. So it's going to feel much faster. And really try to keep your parallel legs. Urdhva Hastasana, arms up, inhale. As you exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale and step your left foot back. As you exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, right foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up, body up, Urdhva Hastasana. and Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back, downward facing dog pose. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. We're going to do the same sequence, but we're going to add a little plank pose in here. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step the left foot back. Lunge. Inhale and exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog pose. And here, bring your shoulders forward over your wrist. Lift the front core of the body. Inhale. Exhale, take the hips back, downward facing dog pose. Inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. Nice lunge. Lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Uttanasana. Bend the knees. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting the chest. As you exhale, right leg back, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, left leg back, downward facing dog pose. Bring the shoulders forward over the wrist into your plank pose. Your feet are hip width parallel. Lift the kneecaps, lift the front core of the body. Inhale. Exhale, stretch the hips back. Inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. Nice big lunge. Lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Uttanasana. And then inhale. And arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. Another cycle. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Lifting up, inhale. Exhale, left foot back. Lunge. Inhale. And exhale, right foot back. Downward facing dog pose. Inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulders forward into your plank position. Pick up your left knee and reach it forward towards your left wrist. Take that foot back. Good. And take the hips back now, downward facing dog pose. Step the left foot forward, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward, downward facing dog pose. Uttanasana. Sorry, everyone. And then bend the knees and inhale and come up. Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Right leg moves this time. Uttanasana. Inhale, looking up. Step your right foot back. Lunge, inhale. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog pose. There it is. Good, inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulders forward over the wrist. Plank position. Good, inhale. Exhale, step the right knee or lift it towards your right wrist. And as you exhale, put it back. Take your hips back, downward facing dog pose. Inhale. Exhale, right foot forward, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. Uttanasana. Bend the knees and inhale. And come up. Urdhva and Tadasana. And now everything's moving. You might feel that energetic expression in your body. We're going to roll the shoulders a little. Just letting go of tension we might have accrued there. Sometimes using the chair for salute can make us hunch in the shoulders a little. And then the other direction. Nice. Now, I'm going to use this chair to help with balance. You don't need to, but I'm going to be standing on my left foot and put my right leg up onto the chair. So if you're not using your chair, you're going to be holding your right knee with your left hand. And we're going to take the right hand onto the sacrum. And the nice thing about using the chair is you have your balance, but I'm going to get you to really pay attention to your feet. So parallel. So the right leg is parallel to the edges of the mat, sides of the mat. We're trying to hold that structure, alignment, keeping the hips level to the floor. But we're going to turn the ribs. You can keep your foot on the chair. You don't have to lift it off. We'll turn the ribs and we'll look back over the right shoulder. If you do feel like you have your balance, you can try taking that foot off the chair. And if you can reach your right arm back, good. And then we're going to turn to face back to the front. And to take your foot down, the chair's in the way a little bit. And if you're limited in your mobility in your hips, for whatever reason, then it's a little awkward to organize getting the foot down, but you're going to stay balanced on your left foot until you find that little bit of floor where the foot's going to go. Standing into the right foot and lifting the left leg and paying attention to the alignment. Good. And left hand onto the sacrum today. Right hand onto the left knee. Ooh. Turning the ribs. And once you've got yourself into position and you're really trusting your standing leg, you're feeling the ribs turning, then you can try lightening the pressure of the left foot onto the seat of the chair. You might even be able to lift it up. Ooh, and some people can take their left arm straight out from the shoulder. I can't reach it back yet, but getting better. Little by little, day by day, we're going to reach and look back to the front. And releasing your left leg. Great. And then a good old-fashioned hamstring stretch. Stand back from the seat of your chair. Now, if you are not using your chair today, you're going to try this using your hands. So we're just going to be standing and balancing with the leg out in front. But if you're using your chair, you can put your heel on the chair and then you lean the torso forward. So you're tipping at the hip crease, you're not bending at the waist, and you're bringing the bones of the spine forward. The seat of the chair is not really high enough for the stretch that I need, but it might be plenty, just exactly what you need. So I could use the back of the chair instead. Until you find your hamstring stretch. And then what we're going to do is windscreen wiper the foot. So turn it over to the toes over to the left. It's re-stretch. Good. And then toes over to the right. And re-stretch. Nice. And release that side. So if you're if you're standing, freestanding without using the chair, then you're trying to stand up tall. What happens is we try to hold the foot. I'm not really in a position to show that today, but we try to hold the foot, and then when we're moving our torso in all kinds of positions to try and balance. So we want to keep that feeling of the spine lifting. Make sure you're using the front of the hips lifting. All right, and then your second side, either the seat of the chair or the back of the chair, whichever one works. And tipping your torso forward. And then windscreen wipering your foot. So it can go left, toes go right. Ooh, re-stretching as you find a new place to stretch. Good. And then releasing. Nice work. We're going to take the chair off the mat now. You don't need. Hold your blanket so you've got a little edge, and we're going to put our heels on that edge. Now, if you squat comfortably with your heels on the floor, lucky you, maybe you don't need the blanket. I just need that little bit of extra height. So have enough of your heels on that blanket to really support, and test out your squat. We're going to take the knees so that the thigh bones go in the same direction as your toes. So turn your feet out so that the knees go in the same direction as the toes. And you just go as far as your knees are able to go. So it might be just a little squat, or you might be able to squat all the way down. And we want to lift the torso, lift the pelvic floor, lift the lower front core, and press your heels. You can put your elbows on the inside of your legs, hands in namaste, and breathing. Good. Make sure you're lifting pelvic floor. Great. And then we're going to come up, press your heels, and really use your legs to power yourself up. So then you're not using your back. I'm going to do that one more time. Squatting down, but lifting the pelvic floor, really using your legs powerfully, pressing your heels. And elbows on the inside of the legs, lifting the chest. Good. Power down through the heels and up through the legs. So when you lift, nice. We're going to bring the feet together now. Your heels are still on your blanket. And we're going to try our squat again. So again, you only go as far as your knees are comfortable with. So it might be a mini, sort of half standing, half squatting. Or you might be able to bring your sit bones down to your heels with your feet together. It's a little bit trickier. My heels are further off the floor here. So if you are wobbly or you need to make your blanket higher, that could be a good option. We're going to try and keep the knees together, and we're going to turn. So you can just hold on to your knees with your left hand, and we'll turn the ribs. Good. And then back to the center. And holding onto your knees with your right hand. And I've got my left hand on the floor for stability. And I'm going to turn my ribs to the left side. Nice work. Back to center. And then maybe you can sit from here without falling backwards. So give it a little try. Or helping yourself to sit down. We're going to sit in simple cross-legged position. And we're going to turn again. So turning to the right side. We don't have the precarious nature of the Pasasana that we just did. We're well grounded here. To take the stretch that you need. Finding the flow of your breath. And then before we change the direction of the torso or come back to center, you can change the cross of your legs. And then turning your torso to the left. Finding the stretch that you need, following your breath into that. Coming back to center. And we're going to lay down. Bring your left heel onto your right knee. Such an old favorite, through the whole posture. So you pick up your right foot off the floor and then you hold your legs into your chest as close as you can get them, and you hold where it makes sense. I can fit my left hand through that triangle hole that my legs make and hold the front of the right knee. Your left knee away from your left shoulder, and your right knee to your right shoulder. You can add to this if you like and straighten your right leg. You might be able to hold on to your foot or use your hands where that makes sense. So that it feels good. Following, making more space. Good. And then we're going to release that side. So now it's going to be the right heel on the left knee. And you, if you can, you pick up your left foot off the floor as well and hold where it makes sense to start bringing the left knee towards the left shoulder. have an awareness of the right knee moving away from the right shoulder, but really keep your shoulders and your neck relaxed. Mm. Mm. Finding the flow of your breath. And if you like that extra movement of straightening the left leg, and you can take hold behind your thigh or your knee or holding your foot, but we keep the shoulders relaxed onto the floor. Mm. Feeling the movement of the belly with the breath, relaxing the chest and shoulders. Good. And then we'll release that side. Nice work. We're going to take the inside edges of the feet and knees together. Cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Lift your hips, swing them to the left, and we'll take the knees down towards the floor on the right side. We're going to keep the left shoulder onto the floor and looking back over the left shoulder. Mm. Mm. Taking the stretch that you need. Using your core awareness when you lift your legs so your back isn't having to do all the work. We use all of those beautiful muscles of the abdomen. Good. And back to center. Inside edges of the feet together, knees together. Cross your right thigh over your left. Lift your hips and swing them to the right. And then your knees are going to go towards the floor on the left. And you're going to look over your right shoulder. Mm. Mm. Following the breath into giving in, giving in to the posture. Beautiful core awareness to lift your leg. Oh, and hugging your knees into your chest. Drawing little circles again around your sacrum. And then the other direction. Put your feet on the floor. So your legs are back in the neutral position, and just have the arms out just a little way from the sides of the body, palms up. And we're going to roll the back on the back of the head, so you're looking over your right shoulder. And we're just going to take a few breaths here to stretch the neck. And it's as if you could follow the breath into letting more ease into that part of the body, the neck and the shoulder. And then very gently rolling back to the back of the head and turning to look over the left shoulder. Following with ease. And turning to look back to center. Good. And then if you'd like to stay for the relaxation, you can lay your legs out too straight. And if you need to finish your practice, you're going to roll to your right side and come up to sitting. Namaste to you. And if you are staying for Shavasana, making yourself comfortable in your space so that your spine is as long as it can be. You feel evenly balanced from side to side. And the curves of your spine feel comfortable for you. So sometimes if there's tension in the lower back, you can either just try to tuck the tailbone up a little bit more, lengthen your lower back, or put a blanket under the thighs. But do take time and care to find your best shape that supports your body relaxing. Finding the flow of your breath. And finding your toes now, noticing how they feel. The soles of your feet, and the arches and the tops of your feet. And your ankles. And now your lower legs. And your thighs. And your hips. Your belly, your buttocks. Your lower back. Your middle back. Between your shoulder blades. Your shoulders. Your armpits. Your upper arms. Elbows and forearms. Wrists and thumbs and fingers. And the backs of your hands. And now the back of your neck. Your throat. The base of your skull and your scalp. Your forehead. And all the muscles of facial expression. Around your eye, eyebrow, nose and mouth. Feel how the nostrils feel what they are feeling. And focus now around your mouth, your lips and tongue, the roof of your mouth, throat. And now your jaw and your ears. And holding now your whole body in the focus of your awareness. Breath by breath. And as we reach this last part of the timing, just wiggle your fingers and your toes, feeling the naturalness of the movement, the ease of the movement, and then bending in your arms and your legs. Feeling where both the tension and the ease of the body match each other to find that easy movement. And then rolling to your right side. As if you could just lay there, finding your breath. And then observing your natural movement again as you help yourself come up to sitting. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Finding the space and ease in your body at each breath. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.